Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to just jump right into this video. I'm not wearing any makeup and my hair looks like a mess, but I'm doing errands today, and by errands I'm doing chores, so I'm just not even gonna bother putting on any makeup or anything and just keep it real. I put together a video, and as you can tell from the title, this is gonna be a list of must-have things in your kit. This isn't gonna be on the lines of like, you have to have, this type of foundation, it works the best. It's kind of just things to prepare you for success in your makeup kit, if that makes sense. Like hygiene, kind of tools that you would need. Not really like recommending products to you per se, if that makes any sense. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. All right, so first things first, there's stuff here, so I'm gonna grab it. Hand sanitizer. I know this sounds so freaking redundant, but the thing is, before you touch your client and in between clients, on new clients, lather this up. You're not always going to be in a spot where you can wash your hands. Unfortunately, you might be able to in hotels and stuff, but if you're somewhere where you can't really wash your hands, hand sanitizer. Trust me, you drop something on the floor or you touch something gross, hand sanitizer. It's just cleanliness. I know it seems a little bit obvious, but the amount of times I see makeup artists out and about and I don't ever see them pull this out or use it is kind of disgusting in my opinion. So you're just going to want to use hand sanitizer, and I make it a point to show my clients I'm using this. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, here, I'm using hand sanitizer, but I make sure when they sit down in my chair while we discuss what we're thinking about for their makeup, I'm applying hand sanitizer as we're talking, because then they see me do it, they know my hands are sanitized, and then I know my hands are sanitized, and it's this whole thing. So yeah, hand sanitizer is definitely one of those things you want in your kit. Another thing for like sanitation, organization, and everything, towels. It's basically if you're working at a hotel, or obviously most of the time you're working at places that are not your own home or your own salon, you're gonna want to lay down a towel and everything to make sure you're covering up the, like, I don't know, the side table or whatever table you have. Because if you were at a hotel and you somehow stain something, could you imagine if your client gets super pissed that they have to pay a cleaning fee because you left your makeup there? So that's a little gross. It's also good to use towels. I usually keep big towels for underneath my palettes, and then I have small little towels to clean brushes with, or like swatch things off, clean in between clients. And then I just kind of flip the towels each way for each client, so that way each side is like a new side. Like this little washcloth towel is a good size, and then I love hand towels for kind of laying out an SMA if you're familiar with cosmetology. So towels are really, really important. On the lines of cleaning and organization, brush cleaner. I know this sounds, again, very redundant, but if you're just starting out your kit, you might not have all the money to buy multiples of brushes, and that is totally okay. I didn't have multiple foundation brushes at first, but the thing is, when you're working on multiple clients, you can't use the same brush. So having brush cleaner is going to be more cost effective for you than having to invest in makeup brushes right about off the bat, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that you shouldn't invest in more makeup brushes. I'm just saying if you're just starting your kit, this bottle's gonna run you $30-ish, and multiple makeup brushes will probably run you more. Excuse me. This is my lovely assistant. Come here. Show the people your face. That is not your coffee, ma'am. Show the people your face. If you sign up on Cinema Secrets, and if you have like a website and a business card, you do get I think it's 30% discount on Cinema Secrets. You can actually buy this big jug of it for cheaper than $30, but if you don't, you're not gonna get it. Or if you don't have the pro card through them, or if maybe you can't get it because you don't have a website or whatever it is, this still is only gonna run you like $35. Again, I'll link everything down below so you can check it out. But this is gonna help sanitize. I will just kind of give you like a forewarning. It is, no matter what anybody says, like, and it really irritates me that people say this, you cannot completely sanitize makeup brushes. They're probably, and I'm saying this coming from makeup artists, the most disgusting things on this planet, because it's a fiber, and if anybody knows anything, you cannot sanitize fibers, and especially since it's attached to the barrel and like the head, like the glue and everything, like you really can't fully sanitize everything completely. And I'm trying to say that so that way people won't hire makeup artists, But the thing is, you can sanitize it the best you can. And the thing is, you can't just use this. After all of my clients, I wash my brushes with Dawn dish soap. I don't give a crap if it's not softening. I don't care about the softening agents. I want my brushes clean. So I just use dish soap because that's honestly the best thing that gets the grease out of it from foundations. But yes, you need a brush cleaner because you probably don't want to invest in makeup brushes off the bat. So just having the cleaner lets you able to switch brushes for each client and still be fairly sanitary as much as you can without having to go full wash. And then again, this dries quick. I'm not going to go on and on about this because everybody and their moms, I think, has heard of Cinema Secrets makeup brush cleaner. Thank you very much. And then because this big bottle is huge, they do have smaller bottles, but this is the better deal for it. I bought these really pretty amber glass spray bottles, and I just use a label maker and I just put like brush cleaner on it. No big deal. I bought these for my brush cleaner, 99% alcohol, 70% alcohol, and witch hazel, which I love to use as toner. You do not need to buy fancy bottles. You could buy dollar bottles at Target or Walmart, but I wanted something, after a while, I wanted something a little bit more luxe looking in my kit, so I did get the glass jars. These are actually relatively inexpensive anyways. I'll link them down below. But another reason I bought these is because you will need to buy alcohol, and you need to buy 91% and 70%, and 99% alcohol has a higher alcohol content, which means it dries fast, which is so good in between clients. But if you want to sanitize and like for real, you're gonna need 70 because it dries slower and it gives it time to basically sanitize everything, as opposed to a 90%. It's just dries faster. So they're for different purposes, but you do need both. I use both. So these are like cute little bottles to put them in. I'll link them down below, but the important thing you got from this conversation is brush cleaner and alcohol is needed in your kit. So you will need to get wet ones and or makeup wipes. I have both. I get these simple wipes at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. They're like $2.99 a pack. Super great deal. And then I just get this travel size of wet ones. There's 20 wipes in here. You don't need the big bunch. This is like $2. And this is good to sanitize any areas before putting things down that look a little sketch. You know what I mean? Like it looks like someone hasn't washed this in a while, like my hair. And then makeup wipes are something super easy to obviously use on your clients and to wipe off your mixing palettes. Anything else that you could possibly wipe off. These aren't going to sanitize, but the wet ones will sanitize. So you decide how you want to use these, but I do think if you can't get both, you need to get one, and I would go with the makeup wipes, but both would be ideal. Something to sanitize everything down and something you can use on your clients to either take off makeup, excess fallout, wiping down the mixing palette, wetting, like kind of, you can even, since I find that these are so juicy, you could even clean some brushes off using the makeup remover. I wouldn't say you can't clean the makeup brush that you used on the previous client. That is what your brush cleaner would be for. But if you just need to clean off this color to switch into a different color, totally you can use the makeup wipes for that. Another obvious thing, a pencil sharpener. Is that weird? Might be a little weird, but you do need a pencil sharpener. I don't recommend this e.l.f. one because this back comes off, but it does sharpen really nicely. I like the ones that catch everything because then I don't have to worry about like annoying little trash particles, and it has a big and a small size for each liner. Again, when you're doing this, it's not because obviously, I mean, it is because you want to get your pencils sharp, duh, but it's also for, oh God, see, don't recommend it. Also a great way to, you need to disinfect, and then a way to do that is to spritz it with alcohol, sharpen it, spritz it again with alcohol, and then you can put it back in your kit. But you can't just spritz the pencil, like the wood pencil, with alcohol. Wood is a porous object, so therefore you can't sanitize it, so you need to be able to sharpen it and like cut it off, which is why you need a pencil sharpener. Another great tool, and this is a very cheap and affordable tool, is a mixing palette. So you could totally use your hand as a mixing palette as long as you sanitized. But the thing is, I find that a little unprofessional. Your hands are touching a bunch of things. It's going in and out of your kit. Like, and also you're touching a client, and like you could get something from your hand onto your client. I just don't really like it unless I'm swatching colors. This is where I will mix everything up. Lip colors, eyelash glue, eyeliner, foundations. I even mix custom powders on here, all on this mixing palette. And then it has the thumb hole, which is great when you're trying to work off of it, especially for lips and liner. And it comes with the spatula to scoop things out with. So it's like $4 or $5 on Amazon. It comes with both, and it comes in like its own little pouch. This is a great thing to use, kind of elevates your game. It's honestly necessary. You don't want to be working off the back of your hand, especially if you're working on like 5 clients. Like, can you imagine how gross your hand's gonna be? I don't know, it's gross to me. So I use a makeup wipe and a wet one, and I wipe this down. If I don't use a wet one, I use a makeup wipe, and then I use my towel, dry it off, and then I spritz it with alcohol to like sanitize it. I'm extra with sanitation, and then I'll use it on the next client. So yes, this is something you should definitely invest a couple bucks in to put into your kit. Another is disposables. I have disposable mascara wands, I have disposable lip wands, and then I have regular Q-tips. I have pointed Q-tips. I don't know if you can tell. The tips of them are pointed. And then I have Cosmetic wedges. Obviously you just can't use mascara straight out of the tube. That would contaminate the whole tube, and that's disgusting. So you need to purchase disposables. My video camera cut out. That's just so lovely. Anyways, we were talking about disposables. Like I said, you just need to get disposables. It's a must. You should have it. And that also goes along the lines with the cosmetic sponges. I was getting non-latex, and all across the board for anything, everything I have is non-latex. It's just another worry you don't have to worry about. Cosmetic sponges, I guess beauty blenders go into that, and I'm just gonna repeat myself 5 million times. Beauty blenders are not sanitizable. They are a porous object. It is a sponge, and putting them in the microwave, washing them with dish soap, antibacterial, does not clean a beauty blender. I mean, if you go to cosmetology school and you take the state board, legally anything that is you can sanitize anything that is a non-porous subject. Laundry is a little bit different because they do have laundry detergent, and you know, the high heat and everything can disinfect clothing and towels. However, it's a sponge, and it's just, I don't know, just don't do it unless you're gonna buy the dollar sponges and give them to your clients and use a new one each one, which you totally could. I've thought about that because there's stuff I love to blend out with beauty blenders. You could totally go that route, but I would just not even bother. I think it's a little unprofessional because sometimes you can't get the stains out of beauty blenders, and even though you did wash them for like 15 minutes under hot running water, using a dirty looking beauty blender on a client might freak them out, and then you might get that one review saying she used dirty stuff on me, even though you're like, well, I washed it, but it was stained. It's the same as like stained makeup brushes. So I just stay away from them. Don't feel like you need them. No, sorry, that was like a little side rant. But anyways, another one is a hand mirror. This is, you do have mirrors on your eyeshadow palettes, but I think that they get dirty, they can become a little gross. Sometimes they're not even good quality mirrors. So just having this hand mirror, you can get these for so cheap at any store. Sorry for blinding you, but is really good to hand. This is dirty because I'm in the process of cleaning my kit right now, but this is good to hand. It just has a little handle. They could look at themselves. It's a good quality mirror. It's got a zoom Z's, it's got a normal C's, and you could see everything going on. And wow, I'm looking ratchet. Okay, so I don't need to see myself in Zoom, but this is definitely a good little addition to kind of make yourself look a little bit more professional. This is not you need to get this palette, but I think to set yourself up from success is obviously you need foundation and everything, but you're going to need a good neutrals palette. And the one that I would recommend that would just be easier and more cost efficient is getting one like this one that has glitters, metallics, mattes, all up in this little jam. I wish these were more mauve-y than berry. I like the berry, but if it was a mauve, hands down the best wedding palette ever. But it has a little bit of everything, so you can just take this with you and be done. You don't need to bring any other eyeshadows, or you can make one similar to this. You have, if I can hold it, you have some good transition shades right here. This could even be a transition shade on deeper skin. You have a really good black. These sequin shades right here are a little bit lighter, so you do have versatility in these shades. You have these beautiful metallics. You have like some for light skin, medium skin, deeper skin, and then smoky stuff up here. And then we have glitters, which are always fun to add into some looks. And you also have like these berry shades for that bride that's like, I want a little bit of color, or like, you know, a lot of brides have burgundy as their wedding color. So just to pop some burgundy into their, you know, smoky but natural would be good. You don't have to get this palette. You can get a ColourPop palette. You can make your own palette, but try to get this kind of cohesion of shades into your kit for whatever you can afford. Will really set you up. I don't ever really use colors that are not in this palette. So my last tip for you is something you can totally do. You don't even need to buy anything. Is to show up professional on your location set, client's house. You don't want to look like how I'm looking right now, like this. If I showed up like this, we would have a problem. I would be scared, honestly. Like, I'd be like, this girl's about to do my makeup. That's disgusting. But also, I will share you a quick little story. I did do a mom and a daughter for her wedding. It was a mom's wedding, and I showed up with like this beautiful like navy blue gold eye. It was pretty intense, and I realized immediately when I met her, she was looking at me like, holy fuck. It was so intimidating. Like, it was just so much. And like, it's not that it's bad, but the thing is, you have to remember you're going to do makeup for probably 90% of your clients are just gonna want the basic same look. They want like a shimmery eye, or they want all matte. They want a little bit of depth in there, but not too much. And here I am coming around with this black eye with gold glitter, and it's just like really intimidating. So I would suggest keeping your makeup more like what you're gonna be doing on your clients, a little bit more natural. I mean, I don't even put eyeshadow on sometimes because I want to look very presentable, but I don't want to scare my clients that I'm gonna give them a black eye, you know? So a little happy medium. I also would suggest, you know, if you don't know what to wear, just wear all black. That is an industry standard. Wear all black. I always wear pants. I don't wear shorts. I don't wear skirts. I wear jeans and pants and black pants and pants, because in all reality, nobody wants to see my legs. I don't need to show off my legs, so let's just wear pants. I also don't need to wear a skirt. Like, I just don't. I do get hot, so I will wear tank tops, but I usually dress them up really cute. I tuck them in. My hair's down, so it looks more professional. I also do not wear flip-flops. You can wear cute sandals, but do not be wearing your rainbows up into this. Don't. It's just too casual. It looks more like, hey, we're about to go to the beach. But if you had cute sandals, because I get it, we all get hot. I get super hot in the summer, and working on like 6 people in like 6 hours, like, it gets a little too much. So just kind of think about that. You do want to look presentable, but then I just told you a story of where it was just, I took it a little too far, and I could tell she was actually pretty scared that I was gonna give her a good beat on her face, and I think she just was kind of intimidated, and I don't blame her. I learned that real quick. Okay, let's tone it down. Maybe just like a winged liner, like super chill. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that video. I hope you guys liked it. Here's some tips on what you should probably have in your makeup kit to start off with for success. Again, I didn't want to just recommend products that I love, because I wanted it to be more about what you can afford, what's in your budget. But I will link everything down below for you guys, so you can check them out. A lot of this stuff is from Amazon. Oh, and then the last thing you should absolutely have, which is kind of obvious, but maybe not, you gotta have some sort of bag to put all your stuff in. I know, that's a little weird, right? But it doesn't have to be anything fancy. As long as you have everything organized, it can be in a backpack, it could be in a little caboodle bundle, it can be in a luggage. I see people put all this stuff in a suitcase luggage, and it works. So just so, like, it's best to condense everything into one cohesive thing, and again, keep it like a black color or neutral color. Don't come in with this bright pink luggage. Like, you want to be in the background as much as possible for events like this. It's someone's wedding. You don't want to be in her wedding photos doing her makeup with, you know, bold smoky eyes and, you know, your fucking bright fluorescent pink shirt and this. Like, you do want to keep it a little bit more minimal, stay in the background, like I said. That was back on my tangent. But anyways, I hope you get the gist of this. I hope this helps anybody else that wants to start off and doesn't really know what is a necessity in their kit. I know a lot of people get really overwhelmed, especially when it comes down to like, oh, I need 5,000 foundations. I need all blah, 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 blah. And I think there's a lot of videos concerning that, but I think this stuff is what you're gonna need. You need to be clean, professional, clean and professional. And I think that's two things that will get you hired back, is those two things, and also customer service. That's another one. And it's not always about your skill. You'll develop that as you go, but what's going to keep people booking you and keep them recommending you is they're gonna be like, dude, she was so clean, like she cleaned everything before and after me, she was so organized, professional, like she showed up 15 minutes early. These are the things that are going to make you successful. It's not going to be, you know, oh, she used Charlotte Tilbury foundation on me instead of Maybelline. Like, I would totally recommend this girl, because I've never had a complaint about that. So anyways, I hope you guys liked it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, do whatever. Hope you guys didn't mind that I just took it a little cash and didn't even wear makeup for this makeup video, because rebel life. Say bye to the peoples. See them right there? Say bye to the peoples. All right, we will see you guys later. Bye. Say bye. Bye.